I'm gonna show you a few backgrounds ideas that you can use for your motion graphics. So here I already have this animation and I want to make a background for this. So I'm gonna show you some of the backgrounds I create for my animations. So starting by the simpler one, make a new solid layer with Ctrl Y. Let's call this vignette background. Select the color of the background you want. I'm gonna make this like orange. Hit OK. Move this to the bottom. And now, as you can see in the name, we are going to create a vignette for this background. So you have to add the effect CC vignettes, and this is the easiest one. You can configure the background by moving these properties, and you leave it as you like. I recommend you using a bright color so you can see the vignettes better, like this. I'm gonna change, and also you can change the color of the solid layer by pressing Ctrl Shift Y. And here you can choose another color. So this is the first background idea. Now let's go with the second one. So the second one, also create a solid layer. And now let's call this grid. So we are going to add the effect grid to this solid layer. And you can see here the grid, but they are not perfectly square grid here. So to have squares, you have to change here the corner point to width slider. And now you can increase or decrease this as you want. I recommend you something like 100 or a little more, like this. And let me see here. And to use the same color as your solid layer, you have to change the blending mode to normal. And now you can see your solid layer there. Let's change this color and let's make this, I don't know, white. Like this. And to change the color of these, the squares, the strokes, the lines, change the color here. And I recommend you to be the same color but a little darker, like this. You can increase the width of the lines by increasing here the border. And here you have another. You can also increase this by a lot. And you have this another style. Make this darker. And here you have another background idea. I also want make a CC vignettes. Add a CC vignettes. And this will make it have a better look. So there you have another idea. I'm gonna make a duplicate to have both this with the border really thick and other with the border really thin, like this. So this will be grid 1 and this grid 2. So here we have these two grids. And also for this grid, I also usually add a Gaussian blur, so the lines are not so sharp. So uncheck this box and increase this to something like 5 or around that number. Like this. And there you have it. And now let's go with the final background idea. This last background is a really nice background. I use that background really often. So you have to go here to the shape tools and select the rectangle tool. Now double click in make sure nothing is selected here. Double click here this tool and it will create a rectangle the same size of your composition. Let's move this down here. And let's call this gradient. I'm gonna change this to vignettes only. So this is the gradient background. So you have to press here in the fill word, and here you have to select the radial gradient. Hit OK, and you will see these two handles. If you don't see that two handles, it's because you are not selecting the gradient. So here inside the gradient layer, select the rectangle, and you will already see these points. So now you just have to set this wherever you want. It could be in the middle, or I usually make this like here in the top or in the bottom. And click here, and here you can change the colors of the gradient. So here you can select I'm gonna select a purple, like this. And here, instead of black, select a really dark, the same color or other color, but really dark, like this. Or you can even change the tone, like more bluish, or let's see, more red. And this is as you prefer. And also you can change here the midpoints. And it will make this smoother, like darker, or brighter but sharper. You can see this line over here. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And that is the final gradient idea. So you can see these are a really simple and clean backgrounds. You can do it in just a few seconds. And that's all for today's tutorial. If this was helpful for you, leave a like, subscribe, and I leave this break in the description so you can download it for free.